Good morning in the green hell, and how do I know it's a good morning? Well, we are still alive, and with this small series of tutorials we will make sure it's gonna stay this way. In the last video we covered the basics of the survival after your first spawn, so if you are new to the game it's a good idea to check that first. Today's topic is health. Both your physical and mental health are important, so today we will learn how to treat all of the external injuries. If you are looking for the advice about the poisons, diseases or your mental health, we will cover it in the upcoming tutorial. As you probably already know, in the jungle you can die in many ways, from quick, like random encounters with wild animals, to long and painful, like starvation. And as you can learn in the beginning, even a small scratch can be really dangerous. Let's have a word about the wound types. First and probably most common type of the damage are leeches. This most likely will not kill you, but will drain your sanity, which in the end may cause a lot of problems. So the very moment you notice that your sanity is going down, stop and check your body. Removing leeches is fairly easy. Press C, inspect your body, and then just catch them with your mouse and drag it away. Second, scratches and abrasions. These are usually caused by falling from heights, accidentally stepping on the fire, or from combat. Scratches are not particularly dangerous, but it wouldn't be wise to ignore them. Third and more deadly are lacerations. These deep wounds will cause severe bleeding and need to be addressed quickly. It may not kill you at first, at least if your health wasn't low to begin with, but untreated it's very likely to quickly become infected. These often fatal injuries are usually obtained in a not very friendly encounter with wild animals or natives. And just before we jump to more civilized ways of healing, there is one quick way to deal with the bleeding. Just put some ants on it. That will cause you some sanity loss, but will also give you some time to treat the wound properly. Rash is just another type of injury. It's not as severe as the others, but can be dangerous at times. Rash is an itchy area of the skin with red bumps on it. It most likely won't kill you, but will decrease your sanity level. And do you know what's the most popular cause of rash? I mean in the game? Running. Usually running into the wasp nests or anthills. Same with venom wounds. Let's count them as number 5. If you are running recklessly, it's actually hard not to step on the rattlesnake or any other venomous creatures. These will decrease your health and stamina, and as a bonus you can get a fever. And the last one are worms. You might think, great, now that's finally some reliable source of nutrition, but you'd be wrong. They can decrease your sanity in no time, so the best thing to do is to remove them as quickly as possible with a fishbone or a bone needle. And then use a bandage, obviously. But even better thing to do is not sleeping on the bare ground, which is the fastest way to get yourself a new unwanted tenant in your body. Now, while you know about the basic ones, there is one more thing you need to know before jumping to bandages. Infections. If you don't treat your wound correctly or fast enough, there is a high chance of getting it infected. And once you do, there is no point in covering it with the bandage before you clean it. Luckily, there is one good way to remove the rotten flesh from your wound. Maggots. The best source of maggots are rotting corpses. You can also grow some yourself if you let the meat rot in your backpack. Once you have some, place them over the infected wound. You will lose some small amount of sanity, but eventually the maggots will clean the wound so you can go to the next step. To create the bandage, first you need to find the Molinaria plant. It has long leaves and yellow flowers. It shouldn't be hard to find one, so when you do, just hit it with your tool of choice. Now, with the leaves in your backpack, open it by pressing C or Tab on your keyboard. Next, open the crafting table and move the Molinaria leaf from your backpack to the crafting table, and voila! You got yourself the first line of defense against the physical injuries. Now press C again to check your limbs and apply the bandage where necessary. However, while the bandage will help to treat most of the injuries, it doesn't provide complete protection. For example, you might not be bleeding anymore, but you still can get an infection. That's why you can combine your bandages with other items to make it more effective. Bandage with ash will lower the chance of infection and in general is a good way to treat laceration but also normal scratches. Your campfire is a great source of ash once it burns out. Tobacco dressing is great when treating venomous wounds. You can recognize the tobacco plant by the pink flowers. Cut it down and combine the leaves with your bandage to create protection from venoms. Lily plant contains antihistamine, so it can be used to treat rashes. Lilies are easy to spot thanks to the large heart-shaped leaves and violet flowers. You can use the leaves on the bandage to create a treatment for the rash, but you can also eat the leaves to fight venom poisoning. Remember when I said to treat your laceration with ants to stop the bleeding? That was good advice. However, there is an alternative way, but it requires some planning in advance. Goliath ash dressing will stop your bleeding, but it will take time to get it. First, you need to catch a Goliath spider, preferably staying out of the range of the attack of the creature itself. Second, you need to take it to the campfire and burn it. That's right, you don't want to cook it, wait until it's burned. Then you can combine the Goliath ash with your bandage. And the last one, the best of the best, honey bandage. Combined with honeycomb, it's great for almost all types of wounds like scratches, laceration, rash or even infection. Actually, it's not effective only against poison. As you can imagine, you can obtain the honeycomb from the beehives. That's it for today, but there is plenty more. We only covered the external wounds, but there is a lot of things that can hurt you very much from the inside too. Food poisoning, fever, parasites or insanity. If you want to know how to treat them, subscribe and stay tuned. Goodbye and good luck!